Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Top 5 in 5, where we cover 5 stocks in 5 minutes. As always, subscribe to the channel, click notifications so that you're notified when these come out, because these are extremely timely and short-term oriented. So let's just jump right into it. Today was brutal. Anybody that's telling you that it was not brutal is simply not being honest. Today was brutal no matter what side you were on. If you came in short, you were covering, because you spiked up. If you came in long and you didn't cover, you had a bad day. So the majority of people that are telling you, hey, I did great today, they didn't, okay? When you make a higher high on the Qs and you make a higher high on other names, people act based upon those. Professional traders act based upon those. So understand today, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, this was brutal. Your goal as a trader is to just mitigate that risk, okay? That's your goal. And you do that through position sizing. And you do that through honoring your process. So we can talk about that in some other videos, but let's get into the list. And I just want to address this. You know, this was when we were excited, and I was as well, that we broke and we're over. Closing back over the 21-day, not so much. Going into tomorrow's 8:30 CPI, and that's where we're sitting, and that's where we closed. Not very exciting to me, to say the least. And one of the concerns about that is that I can't remember the last time a president came out and made a speech about the CPI number. So I'm not sure how bad it's predicted to be tomorrow. But the fact that he came out today and felt the need to say something about it probably set off more alarms. You also have Evergrand out there, and that default could lead to other problems through the system, and we'll get into that as well. But let's just jump into it. So APP, and what we're going to focus on here is I'm going to focus on this as a short, okay? And I'm just going to explain why. It has nothing to do with the fundamentals of the company. Let me be very clear about that. You see this wedge line? You broke this wedge line, okay? This is your wedge line, and you broke it. You attempted to get over the 21-day, you rejected again. You broke the rising wedge. This is telling you that this is your target. Your short is right here, 9007. You break 9007, also at this RSI roll. You're probably heading back down and retest this bar here. You're probably heading back down to 81. Bitcoin. So in regards to what's going on with Evergrand, there is a lot of talk about their bonds and the bonds that they hold, okay, and who holds their bonds. Like it's very complicated, but let me just give it to you basically this way. Those types of companies, those kinds of real estate companies and most industrial companies run their entire business model off of commercial paper. People must buy that commercial paper. If they don't buy that commercial paper, they can't operate. Someone somewhere owns a lot of that commercial paper. The rumor that's been floating out there for some time is that it's Tether. If it is Tether, you're going to have a real issue here on the crypto market, because they're not going to be able to manage their counterparty risk, okay? So for me, this looks like it's a short going into the weekend, okay? So I'm looking at this on the short side. For those that don't want to short this and don't want to short crypto, you could use this, GBTC, and just, this is the investment trust on it. You could just simply short this right here at 3701. And the other one that you can use is BITO, okay, which is now taking out a new all-time low and setting up for lower prices. So if you take out that 30, this is probably going to continue to drop. I would not want to be long these going into the weekend. I'd be somewhat concerned. So LCID, Lucid Group, we've been on both sides of this. We had a nice trade that we tried up here. We actually made some money on it. When you broke the rising wedge, that was it. You had the announcement of some type of SEC investigation that seemed very informal and very elusive as to what they were actually doing. That's an issue. But then in the midst of that, you're coming out and issuing a convertible bond Well, when you issue a convertible bond, the people that buy those bonds will lever them and then short stock. So I was hoping that you'd get some kind of bounce before this happened, and it just didn't go. You're sitting right below the 50-day. You're at 36.14. I mean, in this kind of environment, people are going to buy that bond, book the yield, book the spread between the stock exercise price and the stock, and they're going to short this. So I would not be surprised to see this get back down to $26. This could get absolutely destroyed here. Besides this pattern, you have this H. There's a lot going on here, and I think it could get really hurt. 36.14 is your number. So our old friend today decided to break. Moderna, this is one that we've been shorting for some time. So up, and you can see that, and then you have the 21-day, which you can't break. Then you reverse and take out the lower low, and you're sitting right there. I'm not even really concerned about the 200-day at this point, to be honest with you, the way these lines are going. All you're looking for is a lower low. Frankly, what I was looking for was a lower low today of 272.91. Caveat, I do have a short position on this. If you see it break below today's close, which is 272.15, 272.15, you can put that trade on if it breaks below that. Please get this out there. Please comment as to how I can make these better. Also comment on what stocks I'm missing and what would add value to this. I'm trying to keep this short and sweet, but if you could add portions that you think I should have in, I'm very interested in that. And please share this. This is a brutal time for people in the market. A very brutal time, especially if you're not used to what you're doing and you're new at this. You don't understand how bad it can get, frankly. And I'm not trying to scare people. If you've been trading a couple years, you haven't seen anything when the market corrects. So in regards to Square, this is very, very simple. Okay, you rally, you break, you rally. This rallied right to major support, which becomes what? Resistance, rejected. Here we are, okay? And that's the level that you're looking for. Just look for this low. That's all you're looking for, 185.42, and you could probably head back to this 170 level. So it's really important for you to understand how to draw your support and resistance lines. Take a look at this video. I really think that, one of the key things people need to focus on too is just getting, mentally prepared for when you have bad days and that you don't exacerbate those bad days. So you may want to watch this other video as well. Everybody, have a great evening. Trade sharp. See you tomorrow.